0702 091 07411. Support government to make Cross River State crime-free. This message is brought to you by CRBC Public Information Service.
Welcome back to the program 2 Hours with the Governor. One of the vital ingredients of good governance is freedom of expression, giving the governed the opportunity to ask questions, to contribute to governance. And that is one of the hallmarks in this year's celebration of Democracy Day in the state. We have in the studio the governor of the state, the amiable Senator Leali Moke, the governor of Cross River State, who is here to field questions from members of the public that wrote in to ask this question. So we continue with the program. Basi, you have the next question.
This question is from Asukwa in 8 Miles, and it states, Your Excellency, I wish to congratulate you on the numerous projects you have undertaken. But sir, I have only one question, and this concerns the displaced people of Estinofort, Mbiabo, Ikorofion, following a land dispute with Akwa Ibom. These villagers have been taking refuge for over 10 years at Ikot Ekpo, 8 Miles. With due respect, sir, what is the state government doing to ensure that they return to their homeland? Question.
Thank you. I've been to Ikot Ekpo a couple of times because there's ongoing development in Ikot Ekpo. We're doing some infrastructure in Ikot Ekpo, and we have had to encounter the displaced persons, and they've agitated to return to their home community. But very recently, we've had disputes in that community. Unfortunately, we've even lost some security officials very recently. So it's not quite safe to return there. We have, under the Border Communities Development Program, a plan to put in a police station and a few other things in terms of infrastructure before they return. Otherwise, they'd go back to a conflict zone and they will not be secure. I've also directed the Deputy Governor to liaise with his colleague in Akwa Ibom, because there's a Supreme Court judgment with regard to the boundary between Cross River and Akwa Ibom. And there's a need for us to enforce those judgments jointly. None of us can really be above that law. And it's important that we all accept that judgment as being final. There are people who have refused to accept that judgment. And that's why you see what is going on. But we're taking appropriate action to put in place security posts, have men posted there on a permanent basis before they return to their community.
Thank you, sir.
This other one came from Isuokoi, and it says, Sir, we from Ijom Ward, one of the 4 wards of Ugep Urban in Yake local government area, have noticed that our ward was left out of the EXCO appointments you made few months ago, despite Ijom being the largest of the wards of Ugep Urban. Is there any reason for this neglect?
No, there are 196 wards in Cross River State. It would be quite an exco if we can have 196 members. Ijom is one word in Ugep, and I think Ugep is more than adequately and fairly represented in the exco. Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, so this one comes from Favor Okwa. And it says, Your Excellency, you promised us during your political tour to take care of Udupami Local Government Council Road from the entrance to the headquarters. Please, sir, we need you to fulfill that pledge.
Yes, Favor, thank you very much for that reminder. The campaigns, as you know, were at the end of a budget year. So they're I insist on processes in governance. So I assure you that that project will be captured and you'll be driving on a smooth road next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, The people of Araraga 1 and 2, Okokoma and Obokpa communities in Obubra local government area are yet to witness the development you are spreading across the state. I wish to use this opportunity to appeal to you to remember these ancient villages for good. The people are waiting for something great and big from the state government during your administration that would make your service year an indelible and memorable year in the history of our people. This is coming from Mr. Paddy Obo.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Paddy, for reminding us about those two communities. We've tried very hard to reach as many communities as we can, and we've tried to locate facilities in each community. I'm surprised that your community does not have a project, but now that you've brought it to our attention, we would liaise with the community and then we'll prioritize, which is what typically we do. You tell us what you want, a health center, a school, or other facilities. But I assure you that we will definitely address the absence of facilities or infrastructure in those communities in Obubra.
Thank you, sir.
Your Excellency, Oga Alexander wants to know why there is nobody from Yala 2 state constituency in your ESCO.
I think this question is similar to the one from Ijo.
Yes.
There's plenty of representation from Yala. We even have Yala 2 as a member of the Revenue Mobilization Commission, amongst others. So when we try and skew it and say, oh, there's nobody from Yala 2 in the ESCO, it creates an impression that truly Yala 2 is not adequately represented in government, which is, if we're honest, not the case. Some of my political assistants are from Yala 2, and several other key appointees from Yala 2. I've had commissioners in this administration from Yala 2, with permanent secretaries from Yala 2. So when you pick one item of government, you create an impression that of marginalization. I don't think Yala 2 is marginalized. It's certainly not marginalized by my administration. We paid particular attention to those distant communities in terms of infrastructure and even in terms of appointments.
Okay, Excellency, the next one is from Ini Udonwan, and it says, for the past 1.5 years, we have not had electricity in Akampwa. Please come to our rescue. God bless you.
In Akampwa?
Yes.
Yes, actually, she's right. I don't know if it needs a male or female, but you're right. We had a problem with the vandalization of the lines. And what we had done was we had distributed the responsibilities between ourselves and the NEPA, the utility, or PHCN. We decided that we would take the urban access, which had also been vandalized, while PHCN would do up to Akankwa. And PHCN was to get some material from us. But I realized that we had almost completed Urban and nothing was happening with Akankwa. So I directed the State Electrification Agency to take over Akankwa as well. So they've submitted the cost to take over Akankwa. And as usual, I had to send it to due process. So I believe that we'll see Akankwa restored to the grid in the next couple of months.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Your Excellency, I hope after this program I will not be named Mr. Anonymous. What are you doing regarding the Ibiaye private estates?
Ibiaye?
Yes,
Ibiaye oil palm has just been privatized, I believe. It was it was one of the estates that was privatized, Kalaro first and then Ibiaye. We have Wilma. Wilma is a $30 billion oil palm agriculture company, processing company that is investing heavily here. And they went for a competitive procurement process and put in the best or the highest bid for both Ibiaye and